We're on. Welcome back to the Surly Talk Sports podcast, the preview podcast brought to you by the TAB and Michelob Ultra. A huge weekend of sport ahead. Super Round. Looking forward to that one. I'm actually heading to Wally for the Warriors on the Saturday, then an early morning flight Sunday morning down to get stuck in amongst Super Round. Henry, mate, you're there from like Thursday, right? Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow,
today, if you're listening.
Yeah, today, this afternoon. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It's going to be good. I think Christchurch is sort of warming into it. I feel like it's going to be a big weekend. I saw Super Rugby Post say there's only 300 tickets left on Saturday and maybe 800 on Sunday or something.
Yeah.
So some good crowds.
With the whole Moana chat and stuff, do you feel like this is the perfect time?
It's a good time.
It's almost worked out perfectly, right? Where people can get some excitement back about Super Rugby?
Yeah, I think so. I think last weekend people said it was one of the worst rounds or they didn't enjoy it. But I thought it was one of the better rounds of the season with the upset with the draw But yeah, Moana, it doesn't help, but I think this will help them, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully people get around it. I know Christchurch is stoked to have it, and I think it's the perfect place to have it, right?
It is, eh?
Everything they've been through, but what a Super Rugby side they've been, and now they get this beautiful stadium, and to launch it that week is just great stuff. And the Crusaders on a bit of a slide too, so that adds some tension.
There's a bit of edge in camp.
Yeah, you love that. There's some interesting selections, which we'll get to shortly as well. But if you're listening to this and you're heading to Super Round as well, Sunday, 11:30 till 12:30, we have a live show at the Carlton. We will both be there. Piri Wepu, Jimmy Marshall, Mr. Waterlad, and Crusaders assistant coach himself, so we can ask him around a few of these selections they've rolled out this week. They will both be on the show too. So 11:30 till 12:30, I think the TAB's hooking up some food. There's bonus cash to give away. There's a couple other prizes that will be drawn too. So come get amongst it. Come have a beer. If you're hungover on your Sunday, a free feed. You can't beat that. And then we'll make our way down to the stadium for those two games. So should be bloody good fun, mate.
I can't wait. It's going to be good fun, eh? Just the buzz. It's going to almost feel like test week.
Yes.
All Blacks test week.
Yeah.
25K for 2 games maybe.
I'm excited too. There seems to be a few Aussie fans travelling over.
I heard originally when Jack Mesley, I spoke to him earlier on in the year, and he said that they planned it and they didn't expect that much Australia engagement, but actually with the games, they felt like it's worked in the Australians' favour to be playing against Kiwi sides, so they think they're going to get some Australia people over, so that's good. Yeah,
exciting. You love that. Also, speaking of the TAB, the code this week, something a little different. They're testing us here. The code this week is KICK, and if you place a bet on the Cowboys versus Sharks game and it loses, get a bonus bet matched up to $20 to use on any other NRL game. So different one, Friday night, 8 p.m, no Warriors. They've gone for a game which will really test the punters. At least it's early in the week though, and you can literally bet on anything in this game, and if it misses, you'll get your money back as a bonus bet. So try scorer, first try scorer, winning team of margin, halftime, full-time double. It's basically a chance to have a swing. Go for goal, doesn't hit, bonus bet back. I will say the last month or so, those 200 have gone really quick too. So get amongst it, first in, first serve, capped at 200 people, so make sure you use the code KICK. And then 8 p.m. Friday night, have a little swing on what should be an interesting game too. There's some decent odds for that one as well because it's tough to separate the two teams. So get around that. Let's start with the NRL Thursday night footy. Tigers, Raiders. This should be a good one. Tigers $1.55, Raiders $2.45. The Tigers coming in off that 1 point loss to the Broncos. The Raiders starting to look all right. Back-to-back wins, but they do have some injuries and they do have some suspensions. Hudson Young out, massive blow there. So Noah Martin back into the starting side. Big Papa, he is out with a calf injury. And Simi Sasagi named but out. NRL physio has said he's out. Hamstring strain?
Yeah, I think he's doing some more research on what it is, but I'd say a hamstring strain, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, 3, 4.
Massive blow.
Massive blow.
We've done a flip on him, right?
How good has he been?
We always said he was a good player. We were just like at centre and he could be a second rower. He has been carving up. So that is a massive blow for the Green Machine. For the Tigers, Benji, he's made a few changes as well. Stafford Tor set for his first NRL appearance of the season in the centres. And Luke Laulili comes into the side. Makasini dropped. Herbert on the bench as well.
From what I saw in physio is that Makasini's in a moon boot as well.
Okay. Because it was just a full
to be fair, I think it was
Yeah.
dropped, but I actually think he's come with an injury as well, so there might be a little bit of both.
Okay, good, because I was going to say I feel sorry for Makasini. Like
He's been bad.
He had a pretty average-ish week last week. That was probably his worst performance, but an 18-year-old kid, right? You can't expect everything straight away, and dropping him would hurt his confidence.
And Benji wouldn't have. Benji, I can't imagine Benji would have dropped him and said, "Nah, you were rubbish."
Yeah, true. Benji is the definition of a modern coach, right? So he would know what's best for him. So I'm glad to hear he was in a boot in a weird way. That makes me feel a little bit better about it. The Tigers have won 4 of their last 5 at Leichhardt, but the Raiders have won 10 of their last 11 against the Tigers. Crazy record there. Buller is your try scorer for this one. 7 tries in his last 8 games at Leichhardt Oval, but
one of the great players, Jeremy.
oh, he is a great watch. You love him. So does Gus Gould. Did you see those comments? I didn't. Oh, wow. Gus in the commentary, and he's been accused of, like, now trying to get him to the Dogs, because there's been that rumour for ages, and he was like, he's such a beautiful player. He's creamy and all this stuff, like watching him move. Odd. Yeah, it was very weird. Odd. And it was.
I wouldn't go that far.
It was really over the top. Yeah, check out the quote. It is out the gate. But yeah, there's a lot of people, because there's been him and Galvin, best mates, trying to get him to the Dogs to play fullback. So Gus has been accused of a bit of tampering there, which is an interesting one. But that should be a great game to kick off the week. Friday night footy, Cowboys versus Sharks. Cowboys, some big boost for them. Murray Taulagi back. They get Reid Marnie back. And Jeremiah Nanai all back. First appearance for him off the back of shoulder surgery. Almost forget how good that bloke can be. So that is a huge in for them. For the Sharkies, they get back their skipper, Cam McInnes, off an ACL. Hasn't played since round 24. Back earlier than expected, so that's a huge in. Still has those messed up teeth, though. Hasn't got those fixed during the off-season. I actually saw he did a TED Talk the other day. He doesn't come across to me as a TED Talk type of operator.
He's the definition. He looks like rugby league.
Yeah, he does.
Like he looks like rugby league.
It was weird seeing him, like he was really well dressed, no blood on his face. Like whenever you see him
with the headband, like half on his eye and half like
50 stitches in his face, bleeding. It was quite weird to see him polishly presented there. Talakai moves into the starting side at centre. Hiroti onto the wing. Sione Katoa dropped to the reserve. So interesting there. The Cowboys, they have beaten the Sharks only once in their last 6 games at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, and the Sharks have won 6 of their last 7 against the Cows in general. Murray Taulagi, he is that guy. 6 tries in his last 8 games at home. Geez, these first 2 games, they are coin tosses for me. Like, there's some great matchups in this one. Both teams halves, exciting. Both teams do like to throw the ball around reasonably. The battle through the middle, Fanua Blake up against Taumalolo. That is going to be a good matchup too, but you could convince me that these 2 games could go either way.
Taulangi's big in, so's Nanai. I've been disappointed with the Cowboys. They started really average, Was it 0-4?
Yeah.
And then bounced back with what we sort of expected them to be like, and then sort of just dropped off again. So it's a bit of an interesting one.
I think Reid Marnie is a huge in for them. Like we mentioned last week, he was out. Sonny Lucan at 9, overplayed his hand a bit.
Doesn't have the same impact, eh?
Nah, I think Reid will be huge for them, and he just brings that mentality, right? Like he's a competitor. He's a bit of a grub, but he doesn't quit on any play, and I think they need more of that, the Cows. The game after that, Broncos Dogs. Broncos 235 underdogs. How the Bulldogs are favourites after that performance they put in last week is almost beyond me. At the same time, Broncos shot to pieces with injuries, man. Payne Haas out, Corey Jensen out as well. So a new look front row. Ben Tolte, who's actually been really good for them, he comes in. And then Corey Pakes comes in at hooker as well. So yeah, interesting times for the Broncos. Down allowed a strike, but I thought Adam Reynolds basically won them the game last week with his kicking game. He was very good.
He's an exceptional player. We're just worried that it happens every couple of weeks, and then he'll go down for a calf strain, and then it'll be 2 weeks, and he'll hobble off, and then he'll come back. And
I saw Ben Hunt wants to play again next year. He's told the Bronx he's keen to go again.
Of course he is.
I'm pretty sure he's like 35, 36, eh? Good on him. The Dogs Stephen Crichton back, huge in for them. Had that AC joint injuries back in the mixer, so Josh Curran back to the bench. Jacob Kiraz, he is out with a knee injury, so Jonathan Stewart gets the start. He played 35 minutes last week off of the bench, scored a try and looked pretty good out there. So Serraldo going with a more conventional lineup after putting Josh Curran at the centres last week, and they got exposed. Having Crichton back is just massive for them. The Broncos, they've won 7 of their last 8 against the Dogs. But the Broncos have lost 3 of their last 4 games at Suncorp, which I found an interesting one. Normally, Suncorp is a bit of a fortress for them. Connor Tracy, 7 tries in his last 6 games against the Broncos. Jacob Preston, 5 tries in 5 games at Suncorp.
I like Preston in this one.
Yeah, same.
For a bet, I really do. I really enjoy watching him play. He just always runs a great line. Would be great in a Warriors shirt.
He would.
Runs a great line.
He would. You could say that about a lot of players, but he would be great.
Yes.
I think he's going to be great this year in a New South Wales Blues jersey.
Good preview there.
Hopefully. Again, another game that you could convince me either team wins. So we've got some juicy matchups this week.
There is a couple.
One that last week I thought wasn't going to be juicy. Now I don't mind it. This first of the Saturday triple header. Dragons Roosters, just with everything going on at the Dragons, and this historically is a massive game. Anzac Day over in Australia, this rivalry always sells out. It's not so much a rivalry on the field anymore. Roosters have had certainly their number.
Where is it?
They play it at Allianz, I'm pretty sure, and it always sells out.
I was going to say, because it's the Dragons home game, right?
Yeah, and it always sells out. Like, they get a massive crowd for this one. And now that there's a new interim coach, Dean Young, Flano gone, this is going to be really interesting for me. I've been calling for Kade Reid. Great to see him get a crack. Hopefully now he plays well. It was interesting, Dean Young, he said the first thing he did was apologise to his family, that they're going to go on a real roller coaster now that he's in charge. He said the second thing he did once he found out was jump in a car, drive to Kade Reid's house, sit him down with his parents and tell him he's going to debut.
Yeah, how good, just straight away.
Yeah.
No doubts.
He said third thing he did was call Kyle Flanagan and tell him that he's going to be replaced by Kade Reid. So pretty brutal stuff. I tell you what, Dean Young doesn't muck around. He's also told Mick Innes that he doesn't need him in his coaching
see you
staff.
later, Mick.
And they've been working together as assistants. So I don't know what the go is there. Mick apparently was like, I'm really excited to work with Dean Young. And Dean Young was like, well, I'm not excited to work with you.
Well, it was odd. The NRL 360 and the Fox League crew, when things like that happen, is a little bit odd because they had Kevin Walters next to Mick Innes and Braith when Anthony Seibold got sacked, and then Braith just went straight to Mick Innes and went, so you're applying for the job, or like, do you want it? And I just thought that was like, it's so like out of pocket and things like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mick Innes is on the panel this weekend or commentating the Dragons game. Literally, or something like that.
And like trying to get the Manly job as well as this.
So it's
Dragons
like,
full-time
how
job.
can you almost do both? It's really odd.
Pretty brutal because he would want the head coach job at the Dragons.
Yeah.
Goodness, I would say. And now that he's been cut by Dean Young, it's not a great look.
They could not give a shit about anything.
It is interesting because even Braith as a player agent, like anytime anything comes up with Jonah Pezzett, who he manages, Munster, it's like Gus Gould, a great example of it.
There's got to be some conflict of interest in this.
It's like incest in the rugby league media, right? Like they have fingers in so many pies.
And it's like Jared Warrior-Hargraves is there, and it's like Kevin Walters, and he's commentating, and he's the Kangaroos coach.
Matty Johns, part owner of the Titans. You got Gordon Tallis, who's with the Titans, was at the Broncos talking about this boardroom stuff. Could
you imagine on Sunday afternoon if Vern Cotter was on the Sky Sport panel for a game against the Reds, and he's commentating for the Reds, and he's going there next year? Yeah. Like, that would just never happen.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre, eh?
I like it, but I think there's also
Mwanga's talking about the Crusaders and their deficiencies of the All Black 10 and how we need a new 10. Like it is.
Oh, that's not good enough from Damien McKenzie.
Yeah, literally. Just ripping. It is very different. Fair point you make. I am keen to see this Dragons side, though. I reckon Kade Reid, he's a ballsy young fella, right? And in a way, yes, there is pressure on him, but there's also not. Like, Dragons fans just want to see him play now, and they're on an 11-game losing streak. I think they will be willing to be patient with him, even if he doesn't hit his strap straight away. And it's a massive game to debut in terms of sold-out crowd, all that stuff, but at the same time, it's almost like if you produce anything fans are going to be happy compared to what they've had from Flanagan so far.
It's a win-win situation, I think.
I think so, right? Because people are saying pretty sink or swim to chuck a young guy in. I don't think so.
Well, if you have that conversation with him and say, I couldn't care how you really perform, just go out there and play your game, you know? They've
got to stick with him now for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you can't go back.
If this is the first thing you do as the interim coach, it's like you got to back that now.
And like... I think it's more of a win-win because even if he doesn't play well, but he shows signs, they weren't expecting to win anyway.
No.
It was shit beforehand.
Yeah.
So with Reid you can't get worse. Well, I mean, it could, but it won't get worse, I wouldn't have thought. And if he's a good footballer, if he's good enough, if he's given the keys to it, just back him.
Yeah, back him in. And I like him. He's a traditional 7, plays square, straightens up. Great ball distributor. I think he'll finally free up his outsides. Like guys like Val and that, they're playing horribly, but surely it's going to turn at some stage. And maybe this interim coach bounce that we've seen with Foreign could perhaps happen with the Dragons. Good to see like Pacifici Tonga. Yes, he played 23 minutes last week. That was Flano trying desperately to keep his job and keep him at the club. But I think Dean Young now will start to use those younger guys a bit more too. Like they need to show now that there is signs of improvement in the future, not just this year, but for in the years to come, or else you're not going to get a Drinkwater in that, no matter how much you offer to pay them.
No, 100%. And also, I've seen some comments about like dropping Val Holmes and things like that. And it's like, mate, just like Val Holmes is Val Holmes. Like, I'm not saying he's the best player in the league, but he's an Origin footballer. He knows what he's doing. If we've got the right players, you don't drop those guys.
No, you don't, especially if you don't have the cattle to. Different if he was at the Warriors, and you've got all Pompey these guys lining up. Yeah, but who do you bring in? Yeah. There's literally no one. So keen to see how they go. I do think they will play with a lot more pride and passion this week, which I think should make for an interesting clash. And then the Roosters, just the one change for them, and it's Billy Smith coming into the 19. But they've been an interesting side to watch. Their first halves, the last 2 weeks, been really poor. Second half, they've looked amazing. That half dynamic, I'm still not sold on it. It looks like DCE's been happy to sit back a little bit and let Walker go, but it's still got some teething issues. I reckon Dragons halftime, Roosters full-time, $6.80. I think the Dragons will start fast and then get overwhelmed because the Roosters are a way better side on paper. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go into the tunnel in this game.
Yeah, it's an odd one because just on the halves, I feel like it's the right combination, obviously, but it's just the way that they're playing isn't fully synced yet. And I feel like it's not a bad problem to have in round 8.
No.
So I wouldn't be too worried about that. And the one change doesn't really matter.
I saw their draw over the next few weeks before they have a bye as easy as. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go on a 5-6 game win streak and everyone's really high on them. It'll be when they play the big games, right? When you need your halves to be silky against a Penrith, against us, whether they can prove to do that. Speaking of us, Warriors $1.45, Finns $2.80. Can't wait for this one down at Henry Stadium. I'll finally get to cash in some of my ownership perks. Looking forward to that. Hopefully a little corporate box I don't know about. Or
I can sort that out.
Free sausage roll and a beer.
Or maybe an Uber ride from the bottom of the stairs all the way to the stadium, considering you got to walk about 1.5 Ks.
That is true. Not looking forward to that. Maybe a little lime scooter or something.
I think you need one of those.
That would be bloody ideal. But I am looking forward to this one purely because massive crowd. 34,500. After the 3 games the Warriors played at Eden Park in 2011, 12 and 13, this will be the fourth biggest crowd for a Warriors game played in New Zealand, which is pretty sick. And it's good to see. Yes, it is a rarity, so of course it was going to sell out, but I think it is also a sign of the Warriors fever that is sweeping the nation at the moment. It's just going to be a different atmosphere. I know a lot of fans are travelling from Auckland and around the country to be at it. It's a shame it clashes with Super Round too. But like Anzac, already a special occasion. We don't get to host many of those games historically. And then you throw it in Wellington. I reckon this one's going to have a really cool vibe.
I'm gutted personally, from a personal standpoint, that I couldn't go. I think it's a great game. It's got that sort of tribalism, sort of like patriotic Anzac Day. Like I'm a big fan of Anzac tests. Like I want an All Blacks test on Anzac Day, a Kiwis test. Like I'm big on that. But like this is just as good. Wellington, I don't mind it. Open stadium, it's going to be dark. Like it's a big game, and I don't mind. I think it's cool that it's in Wellington. I enjoy that. Or if it was in Christchurch, wherever it was. I'm just gutted, personally.
Yeah, the clash. how sick would an Anzac Test be right now?
Oh, it's a no-brainer.
If we pause the season for, say, 2 weeks or a week, and we just had an Anzac Test this weekend, and then you play Samoa Tonga before it, you give PNG Fiji a crack as well. Obviously, Rugby League World Cup later this year. It's the perfect tune-up.
Well, you got to do something, because, like, imagine, I've been big on this in previous years, like, imagine if you did a Friday night, Kiwis, Kangaroos, and then Sunday you got Wallabies, All Blacks in the same city or something like that. Then Saturday you got someone else, I don't know.
Like the rugby one would be harder to pull off.
The rugby one would be harder to pull off. But could you imagine just the weekend?
Oh,
how many people would you get down?
Yeah, what a rivalry too. You get so many Aussie fans travelling over. That would be unreal, eh?
Yeah. To me, it's a no-brainer to do at least something on Anzac Day that's New Zealand versus Australia.
The Anzac Test was so good, man.
So good, man. So good.
The Dolphins, they travel here off the back of that Golden Point loss from the game in Darwin. I reckon that's going to take a toll on them, eh? The heat was insane. Like, you saw players with towels on their heads during stoppages in games. I also reckon there's something about playing Penrith. Like, we saw the Dogs beat the Panthers and then look hopeless last week. I reckon they were so up for that Panthers game. They put so much into it that it took a toll. I wouldn't be surprised if those conditions and just playing the Panthers, going to Golden Point with them, yes, they were off a bye, the Dolphins, but I reckon that game would have taken a toll on them too. And then you throw in the travel factor as well. I'm just hoping we've caught them. Yes, 2 weeks ago they had a bye, but I reckon there'd be a bit of fatigue in those legs.
Yeah, there would be. It could go all of two ways, right? It could like galvanise them and that loss, and it also could improve their fitness. I know it could have taken a big toll on them.
Yeah.
But if you think they've had a slowish week, they come into this week, they could also have used that momentum and the fatigue that they had as a positive. I think it could go both ways.
Yeah.
But I do agree that it's likely the way we've seen the games go this year with Panthers. I'm hoping to.
Yeah, I'm hoping. For the teams, the Warriors, Taine Tuopiki comes back in at fullback. Obviously got dropped late last week, didn't get played. He was on the interchange, just wasn't used on the six-man bench. He takes over from Chance Nickel Klukstad, who has suffered a neck injury. Against the Titans, of course, carried it the week prior to that, and he will now be out. Centre Adam Pompey listed amongst the reserves. He's done his 2-game suspension. And Micaiah Tafua also listed on a bench. Long shot for a debut in jersey 23. Great, promising young hooker who did really well in his preseason opportunities and returned for New South Wales Cup last week and looked really damn good. So keep an eye on him. Interesting to note, Metcalf, Tomato Martin, Chance all due back next week, according to the Warriors injury updates. So some big calls for Webby to come. What that tells me is that our cup side is going to be stacked over the next few weeks, regardless of which way he goes, because guys are going to be dropping down and playing. I rate how he has picked and sticked here. The only change forced through injury. A lot of people wanted Taine at the back anyway. This is an exciting lineup for me. I feel really sorry for Adam Pompey, who got suspended when he shouldn't have been suspended, and now it's potentially cost him a jersey. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come into the 19 and someone else drop out off the bench, maybe a Eddie, Iremaya Toiava, or Luke Hansen drop out, which we saw last week, because there was rumours that Chanel wasn't going to be good to go. I think the Mole posted it, and then a few Kiwi pages jumped off the back of it. He got Chanel and Chance mixed up. So his oil was right. It was just the wrong player. So don't worry, Chanel is fine and good to go.
Shows how much they care about the Warriors.
Exactly.
They're mixing up two of our players.
Your research, yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if Pompey comes onto that 19, just because he can cover centre, he can cover wing, and at a pinch he could play elsewhere too. But yeah, you feel a little sorry for him, man.
Yeah, you do. It's a bit tough. It is footy though.
Yes.
It's footy. He is going to get back into the side. Like, there's no doubt about that. Just done some quick little research. The Dolphins haven't posted anything about being in Wellington. So like, you know, often you see the Warriors post that they're already there, or they're training in Sydney or whatever, and you see the Titans last week I saw arrived in Auckland and it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Dolphins, nothing. Yeah. So they might already be there. Just saying, but they haven't posted.
The Warriors travel Thursday, so that'll be good. They're doing some stuff in the community, bit of a captain's run on the Friday.
Do you say they go Thursday?
Yes. Yep. So that'll be good for the people of Wellington to get around that too. But yeah, interesting. I know the Raiders came across like
a week before, like the Sunday morning, eh?
Yeah.
So I would have thought
them.
No, it didn't.
like if you are fatigued or something, I don't know. There's that whole way up, right? Own bed versus get there early. I know the Warriors, as of late, have been doing captain's runs at Mount Smart, then flying to Aussie. So I guess it's
Auckland
different preferences.
Auckland FC go 2 days before.
Yeah.
And have a training in Australia, wake up, captain's run type easy session, and then the day of the game.
That's what I think I would
2 nights, so they get adjusted to the time zone, and then rather than like the night before.
The more of the sense, right? But I guess these guys put so much.
I mean, who knows? The Dolphins could have been there on Monday.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying that.
Posted it. Yeah. But I feel like they would have, especially on socials. Yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Well done to Webby though, or not well done, but hats off to Webby for sticking with the combinations, in particular on our edges. I thought they looked so deadly and really exciting, like we touched on in Silly set of 6. So keen to see how they go with another week at the helm. For the Dolphins, Brad Schneider comes in at 5'8", Cody Nikorima suspended, Trey Fuller gets called onto the bench. So they've got some excitement there. Good to see Cody out though this week. He's always a running threat for me.
And he loves playing against the Warriors.
He does. He loves carving up the Wars. So that is good for sure. The Warriors have won 4 of our last 5 games in Wellington. Unlike the All Blacks, it is a happy hunting ground for the Warriors. Jermaine
Why is that?
I don't know.
What about the All Blacks and the Warriors? What about they go to Christchurch? How do they normally play?
Pretty good in
Christchurch.
But it happens less, right? The All Blacks do it a lot.
True.
So they open themselves up more. And I guess All Blacks always seem to play
Anzac
like South
Day.
Africa or someone down there.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Jermaine Isako, 6 tries in 5 games against the Warriors. Herbie Farnworth, 7 tries in his last 5 games against the Warriors too. And there's no doubt Herbie is a massive threat this weekend, which we'll touch on shortly. Chanel, his 100th NRL game. 32nd Warrior to reach this milestone, all 100 for us as well. Crazy to think 2 years ago he was potentially gone from the game, right? And the form that he's in at the moment. That's a bloody good milestone for him, and I'm sure we will sign him shortly, and there will be many more games. Fingers crossed.
Oh, is that just fingers crossed, or is that inside oil?
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that the powers that be are listening and think, fuck, Surly wants it done. Let's
just put it to pen to paper.
That's the final box tick type of thing. But in terms of keys to victory here, look, I think hopefully there is some fatigue, and I want to see us work over their middles. Our middles is obviously our strength, and that is our strongest point. And I think first half, Panthers did it really well last week. Cleary's just constantly dropping their forwards under. When you go at some of their guys like Flegler and that through the middle and put fatigue on them, you just got to put them in that washing machine, because once they get the ball, they are so deadly and they don't mind throwing the ball around. So as much Ks as you can put in the legs early, the better off it'll be. It's almost like playing the Titans again, but on another level, because they have a better roster on paper, 100%. They have some threats to look out for. Their attack is high octane, and when they shift, they are one of the dangerous teams in the comp. You got Hammer, you got Herbie, Avarillo, Isako in the backline, Katoa, and then a hard-working forward pack too. It's interesting. Tigers lead the comp for offloads, Dolphins in second. I feel like teams that offload have been a trouble for us in the past. So we need to make our tackles count. We need to wrap up the ball, and we can't allow them to play second phase footy. Got to be really strong defensively. In particular, that half second row combination needs to be locked in. And after what we saw last week, I think it was much improved, right? Capes and CHT, you know that's pretty damn safe. And I thought Lecker really helped Tanner Boyd last week, just in terms of being a bit quicker, a bit more powerful, and helping him out defensively. Was it that side?
Yeah. CHT
was with Capes, and then Lecker was with Tanner Boyd and Ali over that other edge. I feel like Lecker really helped him. So.
Yeah, he did. He was solid.
So fingers crossed that happens again. For the Warriors, it's simple, right? Just play our game. Defense sets the tone for our attack. Discipline, complete high, win the middle. A couple stats for you. Total points, we're second in the comp behind the Panthers. Same for tries scored, we're second behind the Panthers. We're second in total possession behind the Tigers. First for set completions, 84%. First for try assists. Fifth for line breaks. Fifth for tackle breaks. We know the recipe. We're sitting in second for a reason. Complete high. We've also got some strike there now too. And I truly feel like the more fatigue we can put in the Dolphins early, then that allows guys like AKP, like Ali, our strike to benefit off the back of that. Lecker the same. I feel like it's just a war of attrition against the Warriors, and the more we can drag the Finns into the grind, the better it's going to be for us. Kick long, take the hammer out of the game, and target Cobbo. I reckon, I saw they've just re-signed him.
Yeah, today,
I reckon he has been pretty damn average. He has tied third for the most errors for a player in the comp. I feel like at times he can look so lazy. We know the upside on attack. When he's locked in, he's insane. But I feel like you can get the other side of him too. And I think if it's him taking tackle 2 and 3 carries, not the hammer, like kick to the hammer, then make Cobbo make those yardage carries, which he doesn't like doing, you can force an error from him.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just sort of trusting that he's gonna come good, and it's just sort of a bit of a trying to get used to the Dolphins environment. Quick question on Wellington: is it gonna? I assume that your answer is gonna be it helps the Warriors. And I agree, but the wet, wow, it might not be wet.
It's
but
actually nice.
Is it nice? But the wet, windy weather, the cold, it'll be cold in Wellington.
Yeah.
Does that help us? It's a big stadium. It's an odd stadium.
I think if the weather is bad, it helps us in terms of takes away a lot of the Dolphins' strengths, right? It's harder for Hammer, Herbie and that to have as big of an impact if you have to throw caution due to the wind. Katoa has a great kicking game. There's no denying that. So he'll put the ball in the right places. But I feel like wet weather simplifies things. The weather's meant to be decent, but I still think like we have X factor that we can go with teams. But if we dominate the middle, there's not a lot other teams can do, apart from really the Panthers and those teams that like to get in the grind. But the Finns aren't like that. They like to score plenty, but they can leak plenty as well. And yes, they were very good against the Panthers last week, but that's not the type of Dolphins performance we've seen so far, where they like 20 points and it's a bit of an arm wrestle. I reckon historically we've done pretty well against the Finns, and I think the deeper the waters we can drag them into, the better off we'll be. I reckon Schneider's going to be a real spot for us to attack on as well.
Yeah.
I remember pre-season he played hooker for them when we played them. I'm pretty sure Aaron Clark bumped them off like 6 times, eh? He had a tough day defensively.
We got to attack it.
I reckon we'll go hard at him, and that's a newer combo too. He's played a lot of footy, Brad Schneider, but he's been chucked in this week, and I think the boys will go hard at him. But I think it's more about what we do and us, and if we can roll out the third impressive performance in a row, we'll be confident too, but the lads won't be complacent. I reckon we go down there and get the job done. Anzac Day too.
It's going to be a big one.
It's going to be a big occasion, so get around the boys for sure. Storm Bunnies. Look, few could have predicted that heading into this one, it would be 4th versus 15th, and the 15th would be the Storm, and the 4th would be the Bunnies. It is just crazy times. Amy Park, Anzac Day, the Storm. Geez, surely they bounced back. They've stuck with the same 19 that went down to the Raiders last week. Nick Meaney named on the wing. So that'll be interesting to see if he actually plays there or whether he swaps us at centre again. Davey Mawali listed in jersey 17. I reckon he needs some more minutes. He could add them a bit of punch through the middle for sure. For the Bunnies, Brandon Smith named in the second row.
It's a bit of an odd one. I thought when I read that out, I was going down the list and I thought, that's number 9. Oh, no, it's not. It's 11.
Bronson Garlick.
Yeah.
Garlick, man. He goes in at 9. Brandon Smith, second row. I don't know if he's ever played second row.
I don't mind it.
He used to play
It'd be a nuggety sort of second row, I would have thought.
He's going to be a hybrid, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Great from our fantasy team. I was happy to see it.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he goes the 80. That'll be interesting. You and Aitken on the 6-man bench. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a tweak there, though, because Aitken can play 80 at second row. So watch this space. The Storm, 84% winning record against the Bunnies. The Bunnies have lost all 20 games they've played in Melbourne. They've never won in Melbourne.
So a bit like the Warriors...
Yeah, well, prior to
last 2 weeks.
Well, settle down.
But I said a bit like the Warriors record.
I get you. Saw Longwell, 12 tries in his last 10 NRL games. AJ, 250th game. So that's a great milestone try-scoring option right there. And the Storm have won their last 9 Anzac Day games. So all stats suggest Melbourne. I actually thought against the Raiders they were pretty good. They looked more like the Storm of years gone by. They're still not operating at 100%, but I thought they were showing signs that they were getting there. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting watch. Knights, Panthers on your Sunday. Casey McLean back for the Panthers. Isaac Tungle drops to the bench. Freddie Lussick starts at hooker. Knights have only won 1 of their last 8 games at home, and the Panthers have won 8 of their last 9 against the Knights. I just think the Penrith keep marching on. And this is that period now that we talked about on, I think, Monday's pod, where the Knights are going to find themselves with some big games. They've lost their last 2. they're going to need to hang tough over this next period or else they will drop down the ladder pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it's a big period for the Panthers before Origin as well,
Yeah.
before they lose a lot of guys, so
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if they lose this year.
Good call. And Manly Para, who knows what you're going to get dished up in this one. Manly, they've climbed to 6th off the back of 3 straight wins. Fosball working for them. Eels buzzing after one of their best wins against the Bulldogs last weekend. Tolu Kola at the back. Excited to see that. Tom Travojevic, of course, out with the hammy. Clayton Fa'alolo comes in the centres. I reckon if Kola kills it, there's a chance Turbo comes back and plays centre and they just bite the bullet and make that switch. One that's been talked about for so long, but like 4 hammies on each leg, you got to lessen the load, and there's no doubt it's worked for Latrell.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to see that. I just think they won't do that though. Like, I agree, but they're just unlikely to move Tommy, are they?
It's pretty crazy because when you think about a guy who's not playing fullback in the comp at the moment that can, it would the best option would probably be Kola, right? So you potentially have 2 of the top 10 fullbacks in the competition in your squad. It's a great problem for them to have, chucking Tolu there. They've got Lehigh as well on a wing who can play fullback, so they've got plenty of options there if they do want to bite that bullet, and I guess Foz is probably the guy that could do it.
How long can this new manager bounce continue? How long? Because it can't be new manager bounce anymore. Is this just him being a good coach?
Maybe. Apparently they're going to offer him the gig. And they
Not McInnes?
No, well, McInnes. Fuck, poor Mick. Yeah, he's just sticking to... Oh, he's got a good gig at the moment, though. He'd be paid nicely on Mick. Hard to feel too sorry for him. For the Eels, a lot of people actually saying they wanted Mick to get the Dragons job so they didn't have to listen to his commentary anymore.
Yeah, I do agree. This is an unpopular opinion, but I actually like McInnes's commentary. I think there's times where he's not great, but I actually rate him compared to some of the others.
I felt like when we played the Sharks, he just spoke about the Sharks.
He's better than Blocker. He doesn't like the Warriors.
No,
100%. But I think his actual analysis of the game isn't bad, and he's an assistant coach.
Well, any analysis is better than Blocker. Yeah. Apart from the middle third, that's all he talks about. He's like, the props need more ball. I'm like, mate, move on.
Chance nickel clocks.
Oh, his pronunciation is the worst. For the Eels, they get Sean Russell back. Kalma Tuolangi's back in the second row too, so good to see them finally get some bodies back, because the 19 they named last week was the only 19 they had healthy, which is pretty mental. Manly, they've won 6 of their last 7 against the Eels at 4 Pines. Addo Carr, 4 tries in his last 5 games. Ruben Garrick, 13 in his last 12 against the Eels. Right, tipping. We had some feedback last week around a tiebreaker so that we avoid what happened last week where we all made the same tips. So do you want to explain what we're doing, because it can come across a little confusing. In games where we are the same, the leader is going to pick how much he thinks the team will win by, then the other person has to go a number higher or lower than that, basically, right?
Yeah, so let's say for the Warriors this weekend, this is not my pick, by the way, we're going to go through them shortly, but let's say I think the Warriors are going to win by 12.
Yep.
You go, okay, I'm going to take them by under that or over that.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if, like, the Warriors then lose. It doesn't matter that I'm closer, because that's not what we actually picked, the team that we picked. So it's just the margin.
There's going to be every game, there's going to be something riding on it, which is going to make things a whole lot more interesting.
So because I've got a disadvantage by picking first, some would say, I get the advantage of picking the margin that I want first.
Yep. I like it.
Cool.
Yep.
Do you want to go...
Tigers, Raiders.
So let me just get my tipping app up, because I like to just actually back my selections.
Go. Yeah.
I look at it during the week.
Yep.
Back your selections. Don't change.
Yep.
Don't feel the pressure.
No.
What's the score? It's still 5-3, right?
At me?
No.
Yeah, 5-3.
No, I'm not feeling the pressure.
Okay, good.
It's still 5-3, right?
Yes. So you got a 2-game buffer.
I'll pick the Tigers in this one.
Yep. So will I.
I'm gonna go by 6.
Oh, I was going to say 10, so that's good. So I'll go...
You go above?
Yeah, I'll go above the 6.
Cool.
Friday's games, Cowboys, Sharks.
I'll take the Sharks.
Yep.
You're taking the Sharks too?
I'll back the Cowboys.
Okay. Yep.
Why not? They get those 3 names back. I will tip them in. Broncos, Dogs. Cheapers.
I'm taking the Dogs.
Yep. I'll take the Dogs too.
I'm going to take them by 8.
Oh, I'm going to take them by under.
Under that?
Yep.
Okay. Shit, I was. Do you know the funny thing is before I was going to go with 8 for the last game where you went above.
Yeah.
But I thought, he's going to go that, so I'll go 6 and then 8. And,
Mind games.
No.
Here we go. Saturday, Dragons, Roosters.
Roosters.
Yep, Roosters.
I'm going to go 14.
I'll go under that.
Go
I was
under
going
that?
to say 10. So
Okay.
I legit reckon that 680 on offer for the halftime, full time's a good shout.
Is it 680?
Yeah, for the Dragons halftime, Roosters full time.
Don't mind that. Shit, I could be in trouble here. I could be in big trouble here because I don't like how you're going.
No, but I could be completely wrong.
Could be completely wrong.
Warriors,
You've been wrong before.
Dolphins. I have been many times. That's why I'm losing. Warriors, Dolphins.
Well, Warriors, but
Yep.
I'm just thinking margin.
I can help you out.
No, I don't want your help. I think I'm going to say 8.
That's good. I was going to go 13 plus, so I'll take over.
Storm
Bunnies.
I'm going to take the Storm.
Yep.
Oh, you're taking the Storm too?
Yep.
I really thought you were going to go the Bunnies there.
This whole haven't won there in 20 games in Melbourne.
Oh, damn. I'm going to go 8 again.
Okay. I will go under that. I'll go close game. Close game, Storm by less than 8.
Oh, I'm actually feeling the pressure now on
Yes,
this. It's the margins. I'm not used to it.
Go.
I'm not used to it. And I'm actually a really bad on the tipping app.
Oh, it's
I'm
the
actually
margins.
awful. Like, I'm really bad. Like, in my league, I'm going to just quickly, I'm 16th out of 18 people.
Oh, seriously.
I'm seriously.
Bowl, bit like me in Fantasy Super Rugby before I threw the toys and quit.
Yeah.
Knights, Panthers.
Panthers.
Yep, Panthers.
I'm going to go 14. That's the first one I've probably got right.
I'll go over that.
You'll go over that?
I think you were spot on there. I'll go over. And Manly, Para.
I'm going to go Para.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll go Manly. Perfect.
What were you going to go Para? If I said Manly?
No, it was a coin toss. I wasn't sure, but I'm just going to back.
Yeah, I'm going Para.
Sweet.
I think the Foz.
I'll go Manly. So I'll note that all down. We're going to have to do a bit more admin now.
Yeah, because you're going to have to send that to me because actually in the last week I've actually come back to the podcast to check what I've tipped.
Yes.
But let's write this down so that we know. 5-3 up though, but there's a little bit of...
Yeah, it's going to move more now.
So just quickly, it's not going to be like half a point. Like if I get the Warriors right, but you win the margin. No half points or anything. We're just going
all or nothing.
Okay, sweet.
All or nothing. Super Rugby, Super Round. How bloody good. Let's rip into it. The first game, Crusaders, Tars. Run through the team list, but there is one selection there that was
do you want to start with that selection while I get the team up?
Yes, Leicester Faingaʻanuku. It was hinted in the preseason he would play a bit of a hybrid role. Wing flanker. I did not think it would get to the stage where he was named to start and then named to start at 7. I rate it. I'm excited. It gives me a Razor type selection there, a bit out the box thinking. I am just keen to see how it goes, so I will tune in just for that, let alone the fact it's their first game at the new stadium, first game of Super Round, all those other factors. I want to see how Leicester goes starting at 7. This excites me.
Yeah, it excites me. It's a bit of a weird one. Like, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel when I see him, like, making 20 tackles and, like, getting over the ball. And I'm not saying he can't do that. I'm just saying it's going to look odd when Leicester's going to be so involved. Be a good fantasy pick this week, I would have thought, because he'll still be a threat with ball in hand out wide or wherever he's floating about, plus the turnovers and the tackles that he's going to get. I like it. Whether I think it's the right move or not, I don't know.
Because Lee's on the bench, right?
Johnny Lee, the long-lost brother.
Yeah. I assume too if he was start, it would be at like 6.
Yeah.
Like 7 is a very tough role to play.
Yeah, it is. It's odd. It's odd.
Talk about All Black selection in a competitive position. If you can be, this allows the 6-2 split every day of the week, right? It's the perfect role.
He's the perfect bench player for the All Blacks.
Yeah.
Impact, can play 7, can play wing, can play centre. He's the perfect bench option for me.
We've been jealous of South Africa doing this.
Just plug him in there.
In recent years, and now he has the opportunity to show that he's that guy for us. So I'm really keen to see how this plays out.
Yeah, 100%. Some other changes. Severis, I'm not sure, I can't remember whether he fully played. Oh, it was Shea Fihaki that didn't play last week. Was a late withdrawal. But Severis, Braden Eno, and David Havili returned. So David Havili, their club captain, will take them out for this one. Noah Hotham into the starting lineup. Christian Leo-Willie, last week's captain, continues. Leicester, obviously, at 7. Feels awfully weird reading that.
Yep.
Taylor Cahill, still no Will Jordan, which is probably the big one.
Yes.
Cody Taylor does return, though, which is a big in for them.
That's
will
huge.
completely change the way that they play, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's huge, getting him back. I think they win.
Yeah, I think they do too. For the Tars, still no Joseph Suoliti, Max Jorgensen, Sid Harvey, by the way, one player that if you haven't seen much of, under 20 Wallaby in the last couple of years, goal kicks for them, was very good against Moana Pacifica. He's leading the Rookie of the Year table by 10 points.
Wowee.
And he's about 10th in the actual Player of the Year standings.
Shut.
So, really good football.
Wallabies, Bolter?
I think with the amount of players they've got out wide, probably not.
Yeah.
But, great player. Just on the bench, George Bauer, Johnny Lee, Kyle Preston, Rivers Reihana, and Dallas
Preston
McLeod.
back. He's been out for a while, right?
Been out a little bit,
And I feel like Noah Hotham's form's dipped a little bit, so having Preston back in the mixer, he's a good player, man.
And Ioane Moananu, the former Crusaders prop, hooker, who's on the bench for the Waratahs.
Nice.
So that'll be an interesting one coming back to Christchurch.
Yeah.
So who you got in this one?
I've got the Crusaders, and
There's no
I think
way
they'll
they
do
lose
it
this.
pretty comfortably.
There's no way they lose
I'm
this,
keen to see how the roof, like how it changes the way they play. Like, this is the first look at it. Obviously, no Will Jordan, a massive blow, but they've still got so much strike. Like, Macca Springer with another game under his belt. Yeah, I think the Crusaders 13 plus.
Yeah, I agree. In my opinion, there's no way they lose this.
Imagine if they lost it and the new stadium was cursed and then they're not allowed the horses before the game.
Yeah, then the All Blacks lose their first test there, and
then just burn the joint.
Go back to Apollo.
Yeah, crazy. $680 million just down the drain.
I can't wait to get in the stadium, by the way. It's going to be unreal.
Same.
Hurricanes versus the Brumbies. A relatively unchanged backline for the Hurricanes. Cam Roygaard, Ruben Love, Geordie Barrett, Billy Proctor, Callum Harkin, Fihe Fineanganofo, Josh Morby. Just a deadly backline they'll be looking. I wonder whether they'll take off Cam Roygaard this week.
I saw that Clark Laidlaw said he didn't regret it. I think he's lying.
I think he's straight up lying.
I think he is lying.
I really enjoy talking to Clark Laidlaw when I have done, but I think that's sort of defending your decision a bit more than you probably should.
Some big news we didn't talk about on Monday. Riley Higgins off to Scotland. Of course, he's eligible. I believe he's taking his younger brother too, who's a bit of a talent. They're heading over there. Clark was saying how exciting it is for him.
Well,
Clark's Scottish, right?
And I've got an opinion about that as well. I think Clark Laidlaw is kind of going to take the Gregor Townsend role, I would have thought, after the 2027 World Cup. And he's also probably thinking, okay, well, I'll just pick Riley when I'm there. I'm not saying that is definitely what's going to happen, but there's a possibility there. So no wonder he's
gutted that we're losing him.
Yeah, great player.
He is a great player, and I'm gutted we haven't seen more of him this year, but that is a great get for Scotland. Like, that is exciting times for them. A team that's already well and truly on the up, have been for a while. Cool to see Finn Russell sign with Eddie Hearn as well, eh?
Yeah, that's cool.
I think we need more of that just in terms of rugby and its popularity and exposure too. So you could see Eddie Hearn in the rugby game, and to get him and the English seven, name slipped my mind, bit of a
Henry Pollock.
Yeah, Pollock. That's a nice way to start as a manager. I could imagine Rico Ioane under him.
Next one in line,
Yeah.
I would have thought. Duplessis Karifi, 100th game for the Hurricanes, so big up to him. Braden Yosse, Devin Flanders, ruthless.
The front row's big changes.
Yeah, Tavita Mafaleo, Raymond Tuputupu, and Lauaki as well, who's a really good player, All Black 15 player. He's a very good up-and-comer. But yeah, it's Tavita Mafaleo and All Black in waiting.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting...
Asafo and
on the bench.
On the bench.
And Tossie as well.
That's
Bomb
ballsy
squad.
against the Brumbies.
Yeah, Peter Lakai on the bench too. Got a big shift last couple of weeks, Peter
Yeah.
Lakai, someone who I'm really impressed with. But
I get it. It's a full 80-minute performance, right? But the Brumbies, like, where they're strong at is in the pack.
yeah, I know.
So
For the Brumbies, relatively straightforward. Tom Wright, big in for them, played last week as well.
huge. Yeah.
Corey Toole, Ryan Lonergan, Declan Meredith. The superfood is out for 3 or 4 weeks, I believe. So, Yeah, that's interesting. Ala Alatoa, James Slipper, Billy Pollard as well in their lineup. So I wouldn't count the Brumbies out. And you see that the Brumbies are looking to sweep all New Zealand teams.
Well, someone was saying the first since the Stormers in 2012 or something to do it.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Nah, I reckon this is the most interesting game out of all of them in terms of upset potential. This and Blues Reds.
But I think, so Saturday.
Yeah, I think Saturday's the upset day. There's got to be one. I can't see a way where all the favourites win. That's not how things work.
And they're paying like a $1.88 all five of the favourites. I think it's hard for the Brumbies to win in dry conditions with the Canes, with how they attack, with the same backline under the roof.
And that backline is the same, right?
Yeah.
It's that forward pack, but then they've got the bomb squad there if they need it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go the Canes, but I actually would not be surprised if the Brumbies turn up.
Canes 1-12.
Yep. 100%. Then the Blues Reds, we'll quickly go through the Blues lineup. A little bit of a weaker, no disrespect to the players that are coming on, but a little bit of a weaker backline. Peter Aki comes back in 12. I've been really impressed with Xavier Taeli.
Yeah.
Cade Banks on the right wing and a Harbour lad.
Mahurangi man.
Cole Forbes on the left wing, but I just think that's not as strong as having Cody Vai and Caleb Clark there. So it's a bit of an interesting one there. Bowden Barrett, Finlay Christie, Anton Segner, who's probably arguably the most informed player in New Zealand rugby right now.
He's in Bolter territory.
Hoskins Tutu, Dalton Papali'i, Sam Darry, Patrick Tuipulotu, another big in for them after last week.
See him go back-to-back games.
Yep. And then Renata, Bradley Slater and Ben Ake as well. For the Reds, Aidan Ross, Fraser McWright, Harry Wilson, a nice little trio there.
Yep.
And then Harry McLaughlin-Phillips starts for them at 10.
Yep. Carter Gordon's still out, right?
Carter Gordon's still out. Tim Ryan and...
It's interesting the Blues, all those changes too, because the Reds aren't really a team you want to mess around with as well. They are up and down, and playing them over there is a whole lot different to playing them here, but these are games that you kind of got to bank. Like the Blues have a pretty tough run home too. So
Stephen Perifetta on the bench for the Blues, big in for them.
Good to see. Great bloke, met him last week. I've got to say, out of all the blokes that have died there here, he pulls it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a glamour. He's a good-looking lad, old Stephen.
There we go. Highlanders, so who you got in that one?
Blues,
yeah. Highlanders, Moana Pacifica. A game I'm actually really looking forward to, under the roof. The Highlanders will be a good side underneath. They obviously used to playing under the roof, so it's not going to be foreign territory for them. Jacob Ratamatavuki Neepkins is back.
Oh, good. At
fullback. What a player he is.
Yes, excited to see him.
And Xavier Tito Harris. What are your thoughts on him? He was very good off the bench last week.
Yeah, gun. If I'm the Warriors, I'm looking at him.
Yeah, you said that on Monday, eh?
Yeah, because he played a lot of league coming through, and obviously with Tangitau there and Jonah Nariki, opportunities once fully healthy might not come his way for a little bit longer. Carved up for the New Zealand Sevens. He's just one of those athletic guys, right, that can make something happen, and he's got the build of like an NRL winger. He's a big body for a young lad. Like, he's tall. He looks just so athletic. I could see him.
Is he tall? Xavier Tito Harris?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was tiny.
No.
I know he's big. I know he's bulk.
Yeah.
He's strong, really strong. He's a Sevens player, fit, strong, will be good over the ball. I thought he was small. I could be wrong.
For some reason. Meter 89, that's tall.
Oh, that's actually not, that's pretty tall.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just doesn't come across as a big human being to me.
No, fair. I remember looking at his legs and I was like, shit.
In the loose foot in the midfield, Timothy Tavatavanawa.
6'2", that's decent.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Yep. Big in for them. Their line-out's been struggling big time. Thomas Lavanini starts.
Oh, the boy, he's back.
He's back. Ethan de Groot and Swani Vakena as well. So that's an interesting line-up. Tupo Tailoa, Miracle Whailangi for the Moana Pacifica, Pellegrini, Alai Malo, William Havili, who's a very, very underrated player for them. And then apart from that, pretty standard.
Israel Leota on the bench, I think I saw too.
In 23.
Yeah, Broncos. Ex-Broncos lad, they had massive raps on him, come across to play rugby this year with Moana, but I know Brisbane Broncos fans were pretty gutted to lose him. Played for East Coast Bays last week in the Harbour Comp and ripped up, as you'd expect a player like that too, so yeah, keep an eye on him. These guys are playing for gigs now, right? A lot of these fringe guys in particular, like Miracle and Pellegrini, those guys will be fine. They'll find contracts elsewhere. It's more these guys now that are playing for contracts post Moana.
This might be a bit rude, but you'd be throwing unders at everyone, wouldn't you? You'd be, if you're the Blues, Hurricanes, Highlanders especially, you'd be throwing unders at everyone.
Yeah, and NRL teams as well.
I'd be literally throwing chunk change at it.
Look, Miracle won't struggle for offers.
No,
but imagine him as a second rower in the NRL. The lines he runs, like, he would be exceptional too.
I just think that, like, they're
But like
looking for a
Japan,
job. Yeah,
France.
but if someone wants to play for the All Blacks or whatever,
Yeah.
and if, let's say, for Miracle Wailangi, the Hurricanes offer him really unders, if you're Miracle, you're accepting that straight away, aren't you?
Yeah. Yep.
So I think that's an interesting one.
Security, yeah.
Last game, Chiefs versus the Fijian draw, resting a couple of players, a couple of injuries as well. Isaac Hutchinson, Canterbury-born, starts at 15 for the Chiefs. Leroy Kade on the right. No Kyron Time Muifalau, from what I can see. Yeah. So interesting that he's not there. Damien McKenzie, Quintapai is still there. Jerome Brown, Wallace Satiti gets the start at 8.
Love that.
How good was he on the weekend?
Is Luke Jacobson injured?
Says it's a bit of a contrasting one because
Okay.
in the release it says lists a couple of players with Samipeni Finau and says are all out injured
Oh, is Samipeni out as well?
until round 13, 3 weeks away.
Yep.
And then it goes to the bottom and it says Luke Jacobson's unavailable. So not injured. So
Just had
I don't
something
know.
on.
Yeah, something on.
Tupou Vaa'i back, skipper. That's good to see.
Yep.
He was exceptional to start the year.
No Samsung Sony, but
Injured? Rest.
probably. But apart from that, pretty standard Chiefs in that one.
Yes, but don't mess with the draw.
Nah, it's dry footy for them.
Yeah, it's dry footy for them. They just bet the Brums. That would have taken a big toll emotionally, and no doubt they probably celebrated fair bit of cover post-game. But, yeah, just don't... It's these games that you look back on if you lose home field advantage in finals and think far out. Like, I just think the competition is too close to do stuff like this.
So you got the Highlanders over Moana?
Yeah, Highlanders over Moana
And then Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Is there which one's your upset? You said there's going to be one.
Yeah, I'm worried that it's on the Saturday more than the Sunday. I'm thinking Brumbies or Reds, one of them gets out.
Okay. I'm going to back you in on that, actually.
I'm hoping I'm wrong, but hopefully that's an option at the TAB.
And that's your
upset.
Gilbert Anoka, just quickly.
Yes, great to have him back. Huge. Massive get, really, for someone that looked like he was gone from the All Blacks environment, right? Forever, after being involved for so long.
20 odd years,
Yeah. So I think underrated in terms of his impact that he had until it was announced he was leaving and everyone was like, shit, that's going to be a huge loss. But there's been so much change, it's nice to have a guy like that come back.
And Matua Dave,
He
just saw it, He just goes, actually, we need him back.
We need Gibbs back. Anytime you're named after the ball that you play with, I think you're always going to be great. Quickly, basketball, upset day in the playoffs. Sixers beating the Celtics. You love to see that.
Oh, absolutely.
You hate Boston?
One of my good friends, Ishan, is a diehard Celtics fan and Arsenal fan, so he's battling hard at the moment.
Shit teams.
Two awful teams.
Yeah.
I don't actually hate the Celtics too much, but I
quite like Tatum and Brown and that.
Yeah, I do. I think they're two very good players.
Yeah.
But they're going to win that series, let's be real.
You think so. Trailblazers, Spurs. Blazers get up. Wemby knocked out early doors. Looked like a bad... Have you seen the footage?
Nah,
Looked
but
like
I saw him
a
run to
bad
the
one,
changing
man. He
room.
was out like a light. 48 hours he's not allowed to play for. 24 hours he can train, but he was legit gone. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has some symptoms.
So in the NBA, it's a 24-hour concussion thing.
Yeah, with no training. And then if you have no symptoms, then you can train after 24 hours.
But in the NRL, it's 11 days.
Yeah.
And in Super Rugby, it's 7 days or just a week.
I'm guessing that...
What?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
No, because a concussion's a concussion, right? It doesn't matter.
Well, it shouldn't impact my brain over your brain.
But yeah, he just landed with his hands on his side and just whack, head on the floor.
That's no good.
Nasty stuff. But a great win there for the Trailblazers. And if Wemby's out for a bit, then that could be interesting. You'd still expect the Spurs to be too good, but makes the series go a little bit
And your
longer.
Lakers?
My Lakers got up. 101-94. Kade played for the Rockets, and it still wasn't enough. LeBron, the GOAT James, getting shit done. I saw a nice little reverse dunk from him at age 41. 28 points he came up with, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Shout out Marcus Smart, 25 points. And Kennard's higher with 23, chipping in off the back of a good game one. They're saying Luka won't be back for this first round matchup at all. Austin Reeves a chance to come back if it drags on, but fuck, if the Lakers could get this done in 5 or 6, it's a series that with Luka and Austin Reeves, I expected them to win fairly easily, but this is promising. The fact that they're getting good performances from guys like Kennard and Smart, who won't be as important once those stars come back, but they will play a big role off the bench or in whatever role they play down the track. Up the Lake Show.
Yeah, and my Thunder tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today.
taking on the
1:30
piss.
PM.
Oh, no, they're not up against the piss. They're up against the Suns. I saw Dylan Brooks said he wants to just play Shea ISO the whole time.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He is an idiot, eh?
I think basketball, that's what basketball is. Like, I like the shit talk.
Yeah.
And I rate the confidence.
Yeah.
But, you got to be able to back it up in some way. Like, Henry Pollock does it in rugby. But you can sort of see why he does it, because he can...
Yeah, there's confidence and then there's being delusional.
Yeah, and
I
think
love
he's
how
a mix of
Kade
both.
put him in his place. Did you see that? He was like, my worst year was better than your best year in the league, and then crossed them over and scored on him. And it's like, that's legit true. So what can you say?
Yeah, you're not talking shit to KD like that.
And Piss Magic, I expect the Pistons to bounce back after their first round loss
100%.
too. So all go in the NBA, all go in Super Round, all go in the NRL. If you're heading to the Warriors game in Welly, look forward to catching up with you down there. And then Sunday, it all goes down at the Carlton, 11:30 till 12:30. Come have a beer, have some brekkie, talk some shit with the lads. Should be good fun.
Yeah, should be good, eh?
How good, mate. You behave down there till I get down there, eh?
I will.
I don't want to rock up on Sunday in your eyes.
Well, I'm important on Sunday. Not that I'll probably be saying anything, but I'm pushing the buttons. So.
Yeah, well, mate, there's no pod without you. And you know what Pity Whipper and those boys are like? They will be hungover, so...
Yes, they will.
Show up.
As will you.
Yes, exactly. Oh,
you don't know? Nah,
yeah,
you're a
I'll be
professional.
coming in from Welly. I've got like an 8 a.m. flight,
Oh,
so that'll be brutal. But what, straight to the airport?
could be. Do you need me to pick you up on Sunday morning?
Oh, do you have a car?
No, not in Christchurch.
I was going to say, we'll talk off air. Bloody good stuff. But go to the Warriors and enjoy your weekend. How bloody good.